Hello, welcome to Monday Morning Matters live broadcast show brought to you by Magnicraft Consulting team, anchored by Niyi Dunmade, a certified church consultant with the Society for Church Consulting in the U.S. Here, each Monday of every week, we address important, relevant, and actionable topics of interest that will help you and your church grow healthier. And now, meet your host, Niyi Dunmade.
Welcome, everyone. It delights my heart to come your way this morning on Monday Morning Matter to my Facebook friends and YouTube channel. This year is so good. 2021 is just so good coming to an end, and I'm praying from my heart for every one of us to finish strong and finish well. Okay, thank you for hooking up with us on Monday Morning Matters. Thank you for always connecting with us. My name is Niyi Dunmade. I'm the founder and the CEO of Magnicraft Consulting. We're so glad that you are part of this live broadcast. Magnicraft Consulting is a church consulting firm that helps churches grow healthier through empirical assessments, trainings, and strategic blueprint. I'm also a certified church consultant with the Society for Church Consulting in the US. I'm a host to weekly Facebook live broadcast show on Monday 7 a.m. Nigerian time. Please always come hook up with us. I've done a lot of videos in the past 3 years. And go back to our Facebook page, go back to our YouTube channel. You see quite a lot of videos. Someone over the weekend where I was training said that those was really valuable information that he was just writing and sending to his senior pastor and things like that. So a big thank you to those who are silently watching, picking my brains. A big thank you to those who are commenting, who are sharing, who are reaching out to us to see how timely our broadcast content is to them. We say thank you so much. 2 books I'm going to just recommend so quickly. One is my book on church retention, pathway to growth. Please, it's on Amazon, or you can call me. I'll be glad to send it to you. Another one is by what they call it now, Social Media Guide for Ministry and Global Evangelism. It's a very fantastic book on how to penetrate the internet space with the gospel. Okay, so today we're going to look very closely at leading and managing a hybrid church effectively. One of the things I want to say here, we need to have a mindset structure leader for hybrid church, both online and on-site. And so we have just for us to be able to navigate the terrain so purposefully. Don't lose the gains of live streaming the past 20 months as a source of growth for an in-person gathering. So your in-person gathering, the way you're going to grow your church, can also be determined how you have been able to handle your live streaming in the past 20 months. So opening the doors of your church should not close online activities. Both of them, online and on-site, both hybrids, have to complement each other for global impact. So in-person is just geographically bound, but the online community is open to everyone, everywhere, globally. And so we're going to go straight into what we have today, and then we'll be able to get so get my book. Today we're going to talk about how to effectively lead and manage a hybrid church. That's your online and your on-site church. Online is where you have the plan for those who are out. Online is where you have a plan for those who will never come to your church, and you can attest to it that there are billions of people who will never enter the four walls of your church. There are billions of people who will never have to consider to come to the four walls of your church, but then you have to find a platform for you to reach out to them that will help you to have ministry expansion and church planting efforts globally. So that's what I want to say. Please get my book on church retention. Pastor got it and he said no, that is really helping his church greatly. All right, so how to effectively lead and manage a church, a hybrid church. Okay, hybrid church is using any technology. It can be internet, it can be phone, it can be paper, any technology, including church building based worship, to open up the presence of God for people, to include people in the body of Christ seeking to worship God, to offer help to those in need and prayer to those in need, for the dying and the bereaved. So you say you have to use technology to be able to have an amplified reach to people possibly you cannot be able to reach because of your physical location. Okay, and so the online hybrid church we're talking about is a merger of the online church and the on-site church, the physical church or the in-person kind of church. And so we need to stop thinking just only physical buildings or physical meetings, or stop thinking of digital meetings. You start thinking of how to match both. You see, one of the things I will tell you is that the world is getting more diverse. The world is getting more complex, and so you cannot just have one solution to the many problems that we have. You have to be able to take each problem and provide the kind of solutions that you have. So stop thinking only, but both, of how you can manage your physical and your digital presence online. Okay, and that's what I want to say there. Now, what is the construction to our hybrid church? You have to the hybrid church uses both online and in-person gathering. Okay, you have to find a way of using both online and in-person gathering. Leaders must find solutions to serve the whole church where they are, because all your people cannot come to a building. You have to find a way to create solutions to serve the people, the whole church, online and on site where they are. Okay, if they come to your church, then you can serve them. If they don't come to your church, you have to leverage on technology to see how you can reach out to them. Now, for your hybrid church, you need to begin to expand your staff, revise your job description, revamp your structures so that it will be able to function as an hybrid church. Okay, functioning as an hybrid church has its own template. Functioning as a digital church alone has its own template. Functioning as an on-site church has its own template. And then authenticity is very important when you are going online. You see, it's very, very easy to just bring out something that you are not. So you have to be authentic. You have to find a way of having adaptive leadership, and of course a mindset shift of not just talking to somebody but talking to the camera. And as you're talking to the camera, you're actually talking to millions of people. You're talking to a crowd. So authenticity, adaptive leadership, and mindset shift from location thinking. You are planted locally, but that does not mean that your impact should be only locally. Okay, you have to shift from that location thinking to mission thinking, so that it is well expanded beyond your location. Okay, the church must be seen locally to provide options and solutions to the global world. So from your Jerusalem, you can be able to make an impact in the Jerusalem, in Judea, in Samaria, and the uttermost parts of the earth. And so let's move on very fast so that I can make this wrap up in another 8 minutes. Okay, in another 8 minutes. So that's just my introduction. You have to identify the right tools for your hybrid church. Okay, there are 4 major platforms: the Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and YouTube. When you are doing global ministry, you have to use global vehicles. You cannot use local vehicles to do global ministry. You cannot use if you are doing global ministry, you have to use global vehicles. And so all these platforms on the screen are having global appeal: Facebook Live, YouTube, Vimeo, church online, maybe on your website, Anchor, Postcard, Zoom. Zoom made a lot of money during the lockdown. We have the U version app, MailChimp, instant messaging on WhatsApp, on all social media, and there are quite a lot of them. I want to advise you that you should use a business account, because from business account you can be seen to be really, really on business, knowing who and who is engaging you on any of these social media apps, and then you can be able to know using analytics, YouTube Studio, Facebook Insight, quite a lot of insights on all the social media to know your target audience, know your demographics. You see, the demographics of the online church might be different from the demographics of the on-site church. The same thing with the psychography. So you need to know those tools, know the platforms, know the vehicles, know the approaches that best needs you, that best meets your needs on how to reach your people better. People will go anywhere you send them if they think the value of where they are going is greater than where they are presently. So whatever platform you're using, find a way to make sure that you gain their trust, you gain their trust through integrity and authenticity to lead them to where they should be in no time. So you have to be able to use, sometimes you have to use a combination of platforms. Okay, that's what I call plurality of platforms. So you can combine Instagram with YouTube depending on your target audience, or Facebook with YouTube, or YouVersion with Zoom. Just combine some platform such a way that it meets your online or digital strategy to reach your audience effectively. So the fact is that the church is getting more diverse. The church is getting more complex. You can't have a church with just only one tribe or one race, or people, or with one perspective. We have different perspective, different diversity in the church, and so we need to find a way. And of course, we have different demographics. The platform that might be appealing to the teens might be different from the platform that is appealing to the boomers. So you have to be able to use plurality of platforms to be able to get your message across to your audience. The strongest relationship is already hybrid already. Okay, I can tell you that the fact that I'm married, my relationship with my wife is not just only in person. Sometimes we do video calls, sometimes we do phone calls. My last daughter, who is 3 years old, was missing the mother, and she knew that her mother would not come on time. Probably she would have slept before she came back home, and that's how she came to me. I want to do a video call with my mom. You see, that's a way to also strengthen relationship, because every relationship in the 21st century has been hybrid. Those days, you can go to somebody's house and not meeting the person because there was no GSM, there was no telephone, there was no access to all those things. But the strongest relationship right now is already hybrid. Whether it is family, work, or community, we need to make sure that we leverage on digital expression. And that does not mean that digital expression will have to replace in-person relationship. It's just a way of combining them so that the relationship is intact and is strong. They can actually enhance each other in making sure that the impact is actually felt. If making disciples is our goal, we should care more about engagement than we do about attendance. So as a church consultant, I do not care about attendance, but how you are able to make disciples, how you're going to, there's a video I did on YouTube on digital discipleship. Because the truth about it is that the teenagers, the young folks, the millennials are spending 6 to 7 hours every day on social media platforms. And if they're spending that much time on the social media platform, then I can tell you, if you're not there trying to indoctrinate them, somebody is already indoctrinating them on those platforms. So please, make sure that you get yourself to make sure that this online is actually saturated with something that will enlane. Now, how long did it take some of these social media platforms to reach 50 million users? Telephone lines took 75 years. You can see how technology has been evolving. 75 years to hit 50 million users. Radio hit 38 years to hit 50 million users. The television also took 4 years to hit 50 million users. The Facebook now came, that's the impact of social media, took about 2 years to be able to hit 50 million, but right now Facebook's about 1.5 billion users. Okay, now the Instagram took 19 months, and that's why Facebook had to buy them over, because that was just a way of rivaling what Facebook did. And then YouTube is so fantastic, it took them 10 months to be able to hit 50 million users. And then Twitter took 9 months to be able to hit 50 million users, and then others are there, took them. So it can take you 1 hour to just reach 50 million because of social media handle. I bet you, if you have any platform outside social media that can be able to reach millions of people in just one click, to share your message across to them and see how you can make your impact known to your world. So evangelism, discipleship, pastoring, and serving has been for an hybrid church. It has been easier than ever before. Hybrid, there's a myth I want to correct. Hybrid encourages people to be passive consumers in church rather than active consumers. It depends on your content. It depends on how you are engaging as a church. Make sure that you are open. You are communicating and expecting a response from your audience. Don't just be a dump at church, dump content at people and expect them to make a kind of engagement possible. So 6 key, I wrap it up in 2-3 minutes. 6 key objectives for hybrid church. 1, start small. Start with your phone, start with your laptop, start small and then begin. Don't wait for you to have all the because the budget or the equipment. Start small with your phone, with a smartphone. Okay, start small and then begin to make some iterations, make some adjustments. Okay, set goals. Okay, I want to set goal that this 3 months I want to be able to reach out to 200 people. I want to reach out to, and then begin to improve on your goals. Okay, improve on your goals. Make sure that you are connecting. Find how to connect people better, how to engage people better, because social media is all about being social and forming connections and forming engagement. So don't stop at one-way connection, but move to making spaces for a dialogue, not a monologue. Okay, set goals. Then focus on the data. I told you that there are insights, the analytics at the end on YouTube Studio, on Facebook Insight, on Business Suite. There are quite a lot of apps that can make you to understand the kind of people that are coming to your page or to your website, Google Analytics, to know the focus on the data, so that will also tell you what people are enjoying, what people are understanding in your social media space. Match technology to tactics. You have a strategy. Make sure that your strategy is in compliance with the channel or the platform you are using. They should not be in contradiction. So make sure that your tactics and technology are complementary and they are helping one another. 5, experiment. Do not be afraid to make to experiment. If you go to my YouTube channel, my first video, and now you could see that there's a lot of involvement. Just keep experimenting. Experiment your audio, experiment your video, experiment your backdrop, experiment, but make sure that you are learning and make sure that you are always bringing out good visuals, good videos, and good audio. Okay, number 6, the last one, iterate to perfection. So make sure that you're always testing and make sure that those testing, you are getting a good feedback that those things are working. Those insights are giving you profession that actually you are making improvement. Somebody gave me a candid opinion that my brand on Facebook is a strong one. I never knew, but that feedback to me shows that there's a work that has been going on in the past 3 years to make sure. So don't be afraid to iterate. Don't be afraid to test, to iterate to perfection. Okay, the virtual reality is such that you can make your mistakes, learn, and move on. That's the blessing of the pandemic. You stay in your house, and you can imagine the people who are watching me from Zambia, from Nigeria, from the US, UK, Afghanistan, all over the world. There are countries I have never gone into, but people have watched me from there. So please iterate to perfection. Always find a way of evolving and learning from your mistakes. So thank you so much. I want to wrap it up here. I've taken a little bit longer because of what the content I've shared. Please share me on Facebook. You have any question, please feel free to hook up with me on any of the social media handles. I'll be glad you have any question, please let me know on the social. I handle all my social media questions. Please, this video has been useful and helpful to you. Give us a like, do share us to your community, and drop us a comment. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to learn from you. Drop us a comment and I'll be surely going to respond to you. You have any we also do consultations, trainings. I've been doing back-to-back trainings. We do consultation, we do trainings, we do strategy planning. Reach out to us and we'll be able to help you move your job from where it is right now to where God wants it to be. Okay? And then please, till I come your way next week Monday, with another season hot topic to wrap up December with Money Matters. Till I come away next week, I say bye-bye and God bless you.